the 20-minute showdown. We've got an awesome guest today who is a killer, a monster from the real estate world. Oh, here we go. That might be him. Look at him, fastest man ever. Episode 20, 20-minute showdown, episode 20. What's up to Facebook? Hey, tell us where you're logging in from.
That's
What's
me.
your name? What's your city? What's your career? Tell us something cool about you. What's up, Trey? What's up, Carla? What's up, Angela?
Yes. What's up, guys?
You're the fastest man to ever connect to the
Really?
Live.
Hey, you know how we do this.
And you've never done this before. What's up, man? You said this is your first time.
Well, yeah, you know what? But I remember now. It's been a while, but we got it. We got you.
What's up? What's up, Nick Mashan? How you doing, Nick Mashan? Everybody is logging in real quick. Welcome YouTube, welcome Facebook, welcome LinkedIn, welcome Instagram. Tell us where you're logging in from, meaning which platform, because on StreamYard I can't see what platform you're on. And then tell us who you are. What do you do for a living? What's good? How you doing, Miss Carla? How you doing, Diana? Thank you for your excitement of us coming together. What's up, Schnee Weiss? And what's up, Mr. Paul Atkinson? How are you today, brother?
Very good. How are you, man?
I'm phenomenal. This is episode 20, and we are streaming through 4 different live platforms, and then we're going to cut this up into some video, etc. And we're going to make you look really intelligent. We got Pier Paolo Mari. We got West Palm Beach. We've got Italy in here. We've got some Portugal in here. We've got a cell phone holder that holds my phone that doesn't work, and it just keeps sinking and sinking. And Paul, we just lost you on StreamYard, so let's get you back on StreamYard, and then once we get you back on StreamYard, we will begin. So here we go. You're coming back in here. There we go. We're gonna let Chris add you back in. Boom. Okay, guys, it's episode 20 for the 20-minute showdown. I got Paul Atkinson. He's a monster in the real estate world down here in South Florida. He is a new friend of mine. He is as cool as the other side of the pillows. Man's just smooth. Tell everyone your story, Mr. Paul. What do we need to know?
Well, listen, guys, I'm Paul Atkinson, and my story is that I'm here to touch the lives of people. I've been in the real estate space for about, 20 years now? So since 2003. And prior to that, I was in a financial planner and a U.S. Navy personnel. So I was one of those people that would be there to help you to join the Navy. So that was a good thing. And now I'm here just basically helping people to get their business up and running in our Successful Business Academy. I am the published author of 2 books. My last book is the 5 Steps to the Sale, which is my secret sauce on how to present and close 99% in your presentation. So I've been using that technique for over 30 years. I've used it to basically influence and persuade and seduce people in all different arenas. So I'm delighted to be here, and we're ready to answer any questions that you want to know in the next 20 minutes. So we're going to enrich your lives.
Well, you skipped one of my favorite parts. Where are you born and raised, partner?
Raga, Jamaica.
Yeah,
born and raised Kingston, Jamaica. Yeah.
Let's go.
So good.
One of my favorite spots. Well, great to have you on, man. You're such just a joy to be around. Guys, Paul is always just happy, good attitude, good people. So like you heard it, broker, real estate, 20 years, military. Thank you for your service, by the way.
Thank you.
Author, leader. And guys, let me tell you my quick backstory. For those of you guys that I'm new to, I'm in Miami, Florida. I got 2 kids. I'm an entrepreneur. But I am originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan, very blue-collar, middle-class upbringing. All 4 of my grandparents worked at the same factory. It had a trickle-down effect. Dad worked there, uncles worked there, cousins worked there. I didn't want to work there. I want to be rich one day. And didn't know how to do that. I'm like, all right, I can't sing, can't dance, can't rhyme, can't act. How the hell am I going to get rich? Not going to do anything illegal. Became really good at sports. And gratefully, while playing college baseball, got introduced to the number one way that financial success is created, which is entrepreneurship. I got involved in the direct selling world at 18, became a millionaire at 25. Company went out of business. I bought the assets of that company, created a company called Visalis. by Salas over a 15-year run was the highest of all highs in business, the lowest of all lows, and everything in between. Billions in sales, 19 countries, dominant in categories. We were the category king of challenge marketing and the creators of it. 3.6 million customers. We also had a failed a buyout where the company didn't pay us our last 105 million. We had a failed IPO where we canceled it the week of. We had every lawsuit you can think of, product launch failure, country shutdown. So every success and failure that you can think of, which is why I have some, I think, validity to share with you guys some thoughts around success and failure. Let's begin. Paul, you, my friend, are a father as well as an entrepreneur. So we're going to dive right into how can you, do you, and you know, how have you become a successful entrepreneur as well as balancing becoming a successful father? How have you been able to do both of those things?
Nick, I love that question because I see how you are with your children, and I just love what you're doing, teaching them about entrepreneurship and just how to have a balanced life. So the biggest thing for me was my struggle back in 1993 when I became a salesperson. I was struggling to sell something, and I had to figure it out. So I started to read books. And at the time, my 31-year-old daughter now was just about 2, and I was getting a divorce. And I was like, what? A divorce? I'm not supposed to do this, you know? So I figured it out. And how it came about for me is what I call the nuclear mind. And the nuclear mind is that individual that gets up every morning and just have a mindset, just prepare themselves for the day. But at the same time, here's the secret sauce. The secret sauce is when I plan my day, just like making a really good soup, I make sure that I plan each day that has something for my spirituality, that has something for my health, that has something for my career, and something for my family. So there is this little 4 elements is what I call it. So for example, let's say that my kids are growing up. They're now like 17, 15, and 31. As a kid coming up, they saw me handle a business call on the phone, and they know to keep it quiet because right after I finished that call, then I would attend to them. Very respectful. So from they were small. Then here's a bigger example. Let's say, for example, I'm giving them time. I'm having dinner with them. I'm not going to be looking at my phone, Nick. I won't be responding to your texts. I won't be doing anything but just paying attention to them. So that's one of the biggest things is just being, I guess, like that laundry detergent Tide. You need to be very concentrated. you gotta be concentrated.
You need
Man.
to be very concentrated.
Do not use the dollar store brand. You can't.
I
be
was going to say
concentrated
intentional, but
Yeah.
we can make it like some laundry detergent too. We can make it concentrate.
let's just get that.
So you know, saying it back to you, you got really good at bucketing things into 4 buckets. You had a plan for each 4 buckets, and then you stuck to the plan, right? So
Okay.
but when it was time for business, you did business. When it was time for kids, you did kids. And that's how you were able to juggle being a successful entrepreneur and a successful parent. Is that a pretty accurate recap?
It sure is. Absolutely right. Just be focused in each category. That's it.
I love it. And anybody else out there that's a parent, entrepreneur, solopreneur, but has some kids, I see you out there. What's up, Danielle? What's up, Rach? Why don't you guys sound off in the comments? How many of you guys are a successful company builder and also parent? What's one of your tricks to the trade? Put it in the comments out there. All right. Hit me, brother. I'm ready for number 1.
Let's see what we got. Let's go orange juice. Awesome, man. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you.
Oh, I'm waiting for you. You hit me with my first question.
Oh, sorry. Hey, okay, got you. You know, okay. So, Nick, here's one of my quick questions I wanted to ask for you. Okay, so I would say that you are like a new dad, right? The kids are like, you know, still under, you know, teenage age. So when you got the opportunity to become a dad, right? What inspired you to educate them the way you are educating them now? This is profound the way you're doing it, and you're very relentless at it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, to me, it seemed pretty obvious. It really did. It seemed very intuitive. But I think if you trace it back, because I was so annoyed. I think it's the right word. I was so annoyed that when I graduated high school, I got introduced to direct sales networking, or kind of like the lowest common denominator of entrepreneurship. And this was right after high school. I just graduated, and then I immediately get introduced to entrepreneurship. And I was so annoyed that I just went through 14,000 hours of kindergarten through 12th grade, and nobody said the word, wrote the word, gave me a book on the word, did a class on the word. There was nobody in the whole school system that did anything on the word entrepreneurship for 14,000 hours. How the hell is that possible? So as I went, even if I go deeper, I went back to my school over the course of several months to even a year, and I started recruiting my teachers into network marketing. You know what I found out? Almost all of them were in network marketing. I'm like, let me get this straight. Y'all are my teachers, but you actually are building a business outside of teaching so you can get out of teaching. That's like getting on a plane and seeing the pilot with a parachute on, like, hey, everything's going to be good, kid. Don't worry about it. So I thought that was just such a, I don't want to say conspiracy, but it was shamish. It was very, it was shammy for sure. So I made the commitment that when I became wealthy, I was going to teach the youth entrepreneurship. So I started a foundation called Next Gen Entrepreneurs, which teaches youth to teenage kids and college kids, teaches entrepreneurship to teenage kids and college kids. So when I had kids, it wasn't like it was this big idea to me. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach my kids the only one damn thing I ever wanted to learn. Like, it wasn't a big idea. It was obvious. It was obvious the school system was not going to teach entrepreneurship, leadership, financial freedom, financial literacy, let alone high-end nutrition and how to have a body that's optimized for the greatest level of work, let alone other things, all the different topics that I teach the kids, real estate, investing, etc. So it made sense to me. It was basic common knowledge. But here's what's actually shocking to me. I brought my kids up for the first time at a big event that was not mine. So it was a different person's event. And there's probably 1,000+ people there. Shout out to Alex Morton, because it was his event. And I said, Alex, it was actually accidental. My kids showed up at lunchtime and they started answering questions to adults. And they started growing like a circle. And then Alex came over and I'm like, Alex, check this out. And I started drilling my kids. And he was like, we got to have them on stage tomorrow. So I brought the kids up on stage and started rattling, and boom, they answered the questions. Let me land the plane here. After I was done, there was parents, not just people that are like, hey, when I have kids, I'm going to do this. There was parents who were crying that said, I'm actually embarrassed that I'm here to learn entrepreneurship from all of you guys as speakers. I read all these books and I've never thought to teach it to my kids. I'm like, how the hell have you never thought to teach this to your kids if it's what you're trying to learn? So I don't know if that's a super long answer, but I wanted to create context there. The short answer was I was so frustrated with the school system as an 18-year-old that when I learned entrepreneurship, I knew for sure I was going to teach other average kids about entrepreneurship, specifically my kids. That's the answer.
So good. So good. I can relate to that, Nick, because I was a financial planner for over 10 years. And when I was having that Sunday dinner after church, I would always sit at the table and say to the kids, okay, here are some financial principles. What is dividend? What is this? What is compounding of interest? All these things. How do you save?
I love it. Good. Well, we're not to those lessons yet. Those are coming up soon. I just posted a kid's video on YouTube. And it's like, you got 45 seconds to share a message. And my kids are rattling off the OPEX and the revenue and the profit. And somebody put in the comments, oh, so you think it's a good idea to not teach them about, what was the word he used? Carrying costs or something. I was like, and he was being an asshole. He literally was like, oh, so you think it's a good idea to not teach them about the carrying costs? I'm like, your kid's fucking 7. I'm sorry, in 45 seconds, we didn't express to you the carrying costs of the apartment building. My kids just creatively manufactured in their brain. So I thought that was funny. All right, let's dive to question number 2. Let's get some let's get a little bit deeper down the rabbit hole. Tell me, it's hard to sometimes nail the biggest one. Sometimes it's A. Tell me a temporary defeat. I don't want to classify as failures. Tell me a temporary defeat that you took on that you're like, damn, that one hurt. What was it? what would you have done differently? And what did you do most importantly to overcome it? What was it? What would you have done differently if you could have? And what did you do to overcome it?
That's a good one. All right. Okay. Okay. Nobody's perfect, right? But I can tell you, my temporary defeat was me in 1990 something, going from being an electrician on a ship to being a salesperson. And I found myself not being able to function and get people persuaded to do my job. I couldn't sell the Navy, I couldn't sell it. And how I figured it out was I was crying. I was going to divorce. I was like, I'm total piece of crap. And then I read books and I started to come up with a morning routine. Now I'm answering the question, how did I overcome it? I started to figure out that my secret sauce was to get up in the morning, and as a salesperson, I've got to put on my armor. I gotta like talk to myself like, come on, Paul,
Yes.
come on. I've got to be my own cheerleader. I had to be like, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. I created a mantra back then that says, hey, you're the best, blah. And I would just run with it. And ever since then, it's been like, I don't know,
Paul,
30
say it
years.
again. You broke up. Say your mantra again. You broke up during your mantra.
My mantra is I am the world's greatest presenter. I'm confident, I'm compelling, I'm persuasive. When I say it, I get goosebumps right now, 29 years later. But that little technique got me through every hurdle. So it's the mantra that I use in a meeting when I'm with a seller and I'm nervous for a $10 million listing, a $1.2 million listing, a $50,000 listing. And they say, no, I think I want to go with another agent. And I get pumped. I say my mantra and I wake up and I stay in the game. So my pain was my failure as a salesperson. And
Yes,
then
sir.
I figured it out by reading books, figuring out I have to have a system in place. That's what's up.
I dig it, man. So temporary failure was, I don't even consider this a failure, but you jumped careers, and jumping careers, you threw yourself into the deep end of a whole new game that you had to master, and you were getting your ass kicked. Hey, I'm gonna ask a question here that doesn't count as number 3. Was your career change from a stable electrician with predictable income to a person that had a sales income, did that also take part in your divorce?
Yeah, because at that time, thank you. That's a good question. Because at that time, I think, I was like so young and I was like young and dumb, and I was trying to make things happen. And, I wasn't balanced. So therefore, I wasn't paying attention. Remember, I talked about earlier the 4 things that you got to plan for every day: spirituality, health, career, and family. I was like missing the family part. I was like, I don't know, maybe just 2 things. My body, health, work, you're trying to look good as a 20-something-year-old, and maybe my career. But no spirituality, no family. Yeah, off balance. So yeah, I would say that. It was very tough.
Thank you for sharing. And the fact that you recognize that you needed growth and development to master the rejection, master the new career, master getting your ass kicked, super aware. And then you came up with your own, what's up, Jared? What's up, Junior? You came up with your own, mantra. I'm going to ask everybody right now in the comments, what's your mantra? What's a mantra that you go to? I want to hear some of the mantras in there. If you're watching the replay, dump in the replay, throw it in the comments. I've got one. One of mine is BIM Sim. That's a real basic one, meaning if ever I catch myself being procrastinating, I just start yelling BIM Sim in my own mind. Body in motion stays in motion, right? Law number 1, a body in motion stays in motion. Get your ass in motion. Number 2 is acceleration, right? The law of acceleration. Number 1 is the law of inertia. Number 2 is law of acceleration. So body in motion stays in motion. What's up, Melissa? Melissa, what's one of your mantras? Throw one of your mantras in the comments there. All right, Paul, I'm ready for question number 2. Hit me.
Cool. So one of the biggest thing I wanted to ask you as we roll along doing so amazing is, Nick, tell us, you are always fired up. I mean, you've achieved so much at such an early age and everything is amazing. What are some of when you first get up out of the bed, when you become conscious, what do you do? Tell us the first 1 hour of your day. What the hell do you do consistently? Whoa!
This is right. This is a weirdo in my bed right here. Check out this weirdo in my bed. All right. So, oh, I gotta take this phone with me too. This is a little tour of the bedroom, y'all. Can you do that? All right. So I wake up right there. Above me is the hand of God shining the light on a boat that's lost at sea, saying, "Hey, I'm going to give you some direction." That's what's above me when I wake up. Now, first thing I see is either the beautiful outdoors, or I look to my left and I'm going to see, here is my habits, here is my values, here are my goals, here is my purpose, here is Ikigai, here's Gandhi, here's Roosevelt with the man in the arena, and then next to my bed you'll find goals and purpose. So it's literally the first thing I do when I wake up. I look to the right and I see Miami. I look to the left and I see my goals, my purpose, my values, my habits, people of inspiration. Right above my bed, right at the foot of my bed is pictures of my kids. Right next to the picture of the hand of God is a picture of my most favorite place in the world, which is Bixby Bridge. Rocky Creek Bridge, next to Bixby Bridge, Rocky Creek Bridge in Big Sur, California. So I put the inspiration everywhere. Another way to say this, a short way to say it is, I am the chief marketing officer to my subconscious mind. I do not play around with, my subconscious. I'm the chief marketing officer to my subconscious mind. Right now, American business is going to spend $300 million or $250 billion, $250 billion, $250 billion to influence your subconscious mind. How much are you spending intentionally to speak to your subconscious mind? In my shower, brother, is the 5-year purpose statement. In my shower is my goals, habits, and values. Next to my mirror, I can see it right here. When I get out of the shower, when I brush my teeth, is my 5-year purpose statement and my goals and habits and values. It's everywhere all the time. I'm the chief marketing officer to my subconscious mind.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Great really question, my friend. Great question. Yes. Okay. Here's one that I just like to ask because it gives me a fun. We're making good time, so we might do 4 today. This one just I think is interesting. Who's one person that if you could have a lunch with, like a mentorship lunch with or something, past or present, who's one person you'd love to take to lunch and spend a couple hours with?
Oh my gosh, that's a damn good question.
And why? And why?
Woohoo! Oh my gosh. Y'all are going to crack up at this, but I tell you what. One person that I would love to sit down and take a lunch with from my heart would be Bob Marley.
Good. Oh, good.
Bob Marley. Because let me tell you why. Bob Marley has he's impacted the world so immensely. And I would just like to know, sitting down with him at lunch, preferably in Jamaica, chilling under a tree, whatever. Be like, my brother.
Are you guys having a red stripe? Having a red stripe? You smoking
a red
anything?
stripe.
What's going on?
Chilling. Well, I can't touch that smoking stuff, but definitely the red stripe for sure. But I would be like, yo, brother Bob, just tell me, what's the drive? Because when you study Bob Marley, I'm not saying I'm a big study of him, but the songs and everything, he was so driven. He was so driven. And I think part of his drivenness comes from the pain, because from what I heard, his father was this man who came to the country and then he got this woman pregnant and nobody could know about it. And he sings a song that says that, Bob Marley sings a song that says, the cornerstone shall be that headstone. And it's like pain. And I too came through life in pain. I don't have time to tell you.
Say that again.
Pain.
Say that again.
The cornerstone. The cornerstone shall be the headstone. He sings a song like that. Bob Marley sings a song like that. So I would like to know where the heck his pain came from, because I feel that is the thing that catapults him into just being that persistent musician, that singer.
That's deep, bro.
It sure is deep as hell, but that's a great question. Impromptu.
Let's go to Jamaica and let's visit his motherland, the spot where he was born. I know it's in the middle of the country; it's hard to get to, and we're gonna drink some red. We're gonna drink some red stripes in Jamaica.
Yeah.
You didn't ask me, but I would pick Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great.
Wow.
The guy was 18 years old. He'd conquered the world. Like, let me hear about this. Like,
Yeah.
what type of pressure? What type of mindset? Let me hear all this. So,
Yeah.
Alexander Great would be okay. I'm ready for the third and final, brother. We've made good time. 25 minutes. Third and final. Hit me with the last question.
All right, Nick. So here's one of the things I always like to say: we always should begin with the end in mind. You know, like today, I had yesterday I received an email from something that I need to respond to, and I tell you what, when when your opportunity meets your preparation, you create your own luck. But there's no such thing as luck. So that's a little tricky. I want to ask you, Nick, like beginning with the end in mind, like let's say 10 years from now, we paint a picture. 10 years from now, you and I go to this event 10 years from now. Tell me about the room. When we walk in the room, what is it like?
Okay, well, I could take that a lot of different directions. Is it a business event? I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it
yeah. It's a business event. I want to know, like, what's the future of Catalyst and what
and
are we
are
going to
we hosting
see?
it? Are we throwing it?
Oh, of course, buddy. I want to know what you're wearing, what I'm wearing, like what's
Okay.
going on, what's the future.
I
I
like
want to
this.
dream. I want to
Okay.
dream. I want to manifest this.
Because I can literally read you my 5 year what this looks like 5 years from now. But so I'm asking these questions very specific. I can tell you exactly what the whole life looks like 5 years from now. It's on that card right there. But I like the way you're taking this. So we walk into it's our event. So if it's our event, it's gonna be a black tie event because I want to see everybody in their best. So it's a black tie event. Everybody has got their best gear on. They got their best hair, their best. They're just feeling themselves, right? So it's a black tie event. It's going to be a combination of music, arts. Maybe you'll see athletes there, entertainers. So it's almost like Art Basel. You know, Art Basel brings the world together. Art's kind of the central point, but it brings musicians and it brings athletes and it brings entertainers. And so it would be something where it brings everybody together. It'll absolutely be something for charity. It'll be a charitable cause event. And there'll be the best of the best entertainment. So that we'll do like a couple songs from this entertainer and a couple songs from that entertainer. And then we'll have just the most lit DJ that will end the night. So that way the people that want to stay up past their bedtime, we can have a blast there. We're going to raise out of the room. We'll raise tens of millions of dollars in the room for whatever cause that it is that we're raising for. So it's not, so it's not necessarily a business event. It's definitely a charity event. And that's the event I see. That there's a red carpet, there's photography, there's all kinds of like micro entertainment that's going on, like awesome little musicians and fire dancers and just all kinds of cool micro stuff. It's going to actually be at your house. We're doing this as an indoor-outdoor event at your house because your house is massive. So,
wow.
yeah.
By the pool.
Yeah, it'll be indoor-outdoor. So, and obviously the food's going to be off the chain. The drinks will be off the chain. So that's a little outlook on the event you and I are holding 10 years from now for charity. How you feel about that?
I feel amazing because it's touching lives. It's actually seeing growth, and I'm all about growth every single day. Growth.
Melissa, I see you're not VIP. Melissa, you're hosting. You're the person that's facilitating the whole thing, right? You're on the stage holding the microphone, Melissa. You're not VIP. You're not just going to be there. You're co-hosting this thing. Okay, I'm ready for my last question. Oh no, sorry. You just hit me last question. So bonus question. I have everybody do this. What are the 3 attributes? Right now we got solopreneurs, we got entrepreneurs, we got salespeople. 3 attributes of success. In order to be successful, you must blank, blank, and blank. Hit us.
You want me to chat it out or you want me to say it?
Give me 3 attributes, and then we might go deeper. So what
all right, cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
The 3 attributes for your success is number 1, your attitude about your business and about your life. So attitude, right? And that includes your mindset about your business and your life. Number 2, your sales skill or your skill set. Not even sales, but your skill set. Do you have that skill set to accomplish what you need to do? So you've got attitude and you've got skill set. And number 3, where is your determination to
Ooh,
push
yeah.
every day? Where's your determination to push every single day? When you fall, how do you get up and just say, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go? How do you bring that lion out of you? That's it.
I love it, Paul. So Paul's 3 success attributes: attitude, skill set, determination. Paul, where can everybody find you?
You could find me at successfulbusinessacademy.org. Successfulbusinessacademy.org. Easy.
Follow this man. Tell us what you liked best about today's 20-minute showdown, episode 20. It's closing out. Drop in the comments the number one thing that you picked up, the number one thing you learned or you liked the most. Drop it in the comments. You can find me at nixlinktree.com. All my social platforms are there, websites, etc. nixlinktree.com. Ladies and gentlemen, episode 20, Paul Atkinson, 20-minute showdown. That's a wrap. Thank you so much for your time, everyone.
Cheers, guys.
Post that.